It's lunchtime. If you saw the My Favorite Martian movie, remember how he was absolutely gaga over our oceans? Apparently a lot of aliens are, because here comes another batch.
Now we will add some of Earth's sea creatures to our dehydrated collection.
Okay, as long as they only take a few, I guess that's not a problem. Alpha Release Brainiac says let's get started. As capture methods go, that one seems a little random. Some nearby sensors have told Aquaman that weird things are happening, so he, Aqualad, and Tusky are off to investigate.
Sir, mounted Earthlings approach. Draw them in if they come close.
Jumping jellyfish. What's that, Aquaman?
Looks like it is. It's a suction tube.
But who? What? Why?
Where? How? If you ask all 5 questions, you are now a newsman.
Tusky, watch out! Mumbling mantis. It's got me!
Don't worry, Aquaman will get him out. He can't do much for Tusky, though.
An interesting specimen.
Yeah, about that one. Suppose we trade you him for, say, 6 pairs of guppies. Within 2 months, you'll have more specimens than you can ever study. These guys keep their specimens pretty much the same way Brainiac does, by shrinking them. Except they call it dehydrating. How is he still alive after being dehydrated to the point where he shrinks like that? That's a state secret on their planet. Even they don't know.
The water-breathing Earthlings prepare to make trouble, Captain.
I know how to take care of them. Kota, eject the Venusian sea serpent.
Remember, this is a show for kids. Those kids will be rolling on the floor laughing until they lose their breakfast when they hear the phrase Venusian sea serpent. They'll laugh even harder when they see it.
Look at that!
Great gastropods.
It's a monster!
Critters rehydrate when they make contact with water, which is how we'll eventually get Tusky back. Meanwhile, our aliens hadn't bothered to find out what that thing eats. When it immediately ate the suction tube and all the other metal on the ship, they realized their oversight.
Get the horses and stand aside, Aqualad.
Watch out, Aquaman! Here it comes again! Attaboy, Aquaman!
Oh yes, Aquaman can create balls of what's variously called concentrated water, hard water, and something else I can't remember, and throw them like baseballs. And they're enough to keep that thing stunned while he does this.
Ahem.
You are getting so predictable.
The likelihood of an alien creature that can breathe fire underwater is precisely 0.
Do you know what dynamite is?
What sort of insulting question is that?
You know the fuses they light to make it go boom?
I do.
Did you know that stuff burns underwater?
Beg pardon?
I've done it. Took a piece about a foot long, lit it, tossed it in the water. It kept burning at the bottom of the pool until it burned itself out. The chemistry in the fused material includes its own oxygen, which means it can burn anywhere, even in a vacuum.
Very well, I grant the veracity of your statement for the sake of argument. What might your point be?
What's the average surface temperature on Venus?
I do believe you made that turn so sharply I left my stomach back there.
Hey, that was a pretty good effort. The answer is 480 degrees Celsius or 847 degrees Fahrenheit. Hot enough to melt lead. Is it really beyond the realm of possibility that a creature might evolve there that can create its own oxygen source to breathe fire? The atmosphere is almost pure carbon dioxide, so it would...
I believe I am receiving a phone call. Pardon me. Sir Reginald Cornelius Cadwalader Nitpick the Fourth.
I don't buy the fire-breathing dragon thing either, but I do enjoy messing with him. He likes to be pedantic, but he still hasn't figured out that I'm pedanticer.
You patient fruit! All right.
Kick up a dust storm to blind him while I pelt him with some more hot water jets.
Check.
Sir, the Earthlings appear to conquer the Venusian beast.
Aquaman realizes they can't take this thing on by themselves, so he summons everybody in the underwater world to help.
Faithfully following Aquaman's telepathic commands, the Sea King's faithful marine allies bedevil the ferocious visitor from Venus.
I know we're supposed to be against him, but I have to say, he should try to make a deal to keep the manta ray hat.
Go, Tadpole, go!
They have conquered the sea serpent.
We had better get out of here fast.
We can sneak away while the Earthlings are figuring out what to do with it now.
Withdraw the suction tube. Stand by to blast off.
Look, they're withdrawing the suction tube.
Getting ready to blast off.
With Tusky. We've got to get Tusky.
Perhaps we cannot sneak away.
But if they blast off, it doesn't matter.
Something is pulling us down.
It's no wonder he's the commander. He doesn't miss a thing. While they try to climb up to the blast-off controls, Aquaman and company are pulling harder.
Release us, Earthlings, or we will destroy you with our rocket blasts.
Dude, we saw at the beginning how your rockets act and how your ship behaves. The way you're pointed right now, your rocket blast will go off that-a-way somewhere and bother nobody. Have at it.
No! Return our sea creatures, or we'll pull you into the sea!
Quickly, give me the dehydrated Earth creatures.
Thanks. Now, if you'll send down your tube, you can have your monster back. Let's go, gang.
They gather the monster and get out of town. I give credit where it's due. These aliens weren't malicious. They appear to be scientists gathering specimens for study. Anybody who's never had a butterfly collection or an ant farm or some other collection of lower creatures can cast the first stone. Had they not had the bad luck to suck up Tusky, they might have been able to collect a few samples and go on their way with no harm done. The fact that that sea serpent was alive and healthy says they're not harming their collection. They gather them for research. By the way, where's Mira? We haven't seen her in quite a while. Uh-oh. Over our oceans. Over our oceans. I've done it. Took a piece, pure carbon dioxide, carbon. Good grief, I can say carbon. I'm leaving with a walrus. Had they not had the bad luck to tuck up Tusky.
Then figure out how the prop works.
And throw them like baseballs. Throw them like bite tongues, yeah.